onto lap 13 of the Spanish Grand Prix. We slide a bit there into turn 8. Rosberg will now get closer to us. He's looking up the inside into turn 9, but Rosberg's sliding, and I think there's a collision. Yes, Rosberg has gone to the wall. Rosberg's in the wall. What's happened here? What has happened? Rosberg trying to come up the inside. He's touched my rear tyre, and Rosberg slides. Rosberg has slid into Sergio Perez for the second time. They have collided this season.
Won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
Hi guys, CombinedYoutuber here. Welcome to the F1 2013 career mode today, and we'll be doing the Canadian Grand Prix round 7 of the career mode. We didn't do Monaco for reasons, that's why it's part 6. But yeah, you can watch the previous video of the Monaco reason why I didn't do the Monaco race. So here we are in the Canadian Grand Prix, showing our setup now. Aerodynamics, we're going 1-1 wings for some reason. I don't know why we went 1-1 wings, but that's just, I guess it's just to give us more speed down the straight. 332 kilometers an hour for the 7th gear, which is really fast, I've got to say. As now, we're just stuffing around at the moment. We started from pole. Fernando Alonso will start 2nd. Lewis Hamilton will be 3rd. Sebastian Vettel will be 4th. And yeah, so we're just looking at everything right now. Our objective is to finish 2nd or above, which is a pretty high objective, so got to be keeping into the top 3, basically. I want to get a podium in this race, because I haven't got a podium since Australia, so yeah. Lap 7, we're going on a pit stop strategy on lap 7, is now going out on track for this Canadian Grand Prix. So here we are on the grid, here in Canada. We are starting from pole position in this Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso starts 2nd, and Paul di Resta will be 14th for this Canadian Grand Prix. So here we are on pole position.
Let's give it 100% today and see if we can make a top 10.
Listening to the engineer. And we have 5 lights here in Canada, and lights out, and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. We get a pretty good start compared to Fernando Alonso. Now coming down to his turn 1. What can Alonso do into turn 1? He completely hits us off there into turn 1. Now we got the inside line into turn 2. What can Alonso do now? We've got a bad run, and Alonso takes the lead now of this race. Already now onto turn 3, and now skipping onto the end of lap 1 now, where we're all over the back of Fernando Alonso. Now down towards the straight, and now coming down to straight, slipstream on Alonso. Can we go round the outside of him into turn 1? Yes we can, no we can't, yes we can, for the first place, and Sebastian Vettel's gone round the outside of him as well. Now we go wide into the grass there. Can Sebastian Vettel get us? No he can't, he's backed off the move there, and Alonso will now get him back. This is great action so far in these first 2 laps. Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel side by side. Alonso does get back past Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton has got past Sebastian Vettel as well. This is great action so far on these first 2 laps of the Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton has moved up to 3rd. And we slide and we go into Fernando Alonso. And he's completely lost his front wing. That will inherit the lead to Lewis Hamilton, who has been fighting this. And he's now into the lead and back into the championship. Is now, oh, we just completely rammed him. Oh my god. That was just horrible there. So we just have to replay flashback that, because that was just too ambitious there on Lewis Hamilton. Now looking up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, but not quite there. We slide a bit there. We're just losing traction sometimes in some corners. And now Felipe Massa is now all over the back of us. Now he's going to look up the inside into the hairpin. And this is great action so far, I've got to say. Look how much look how close we were to Lewis Hamilton there coming into the hairpin. But look at the traction he's got there. And now moving on to the beginning of lap 3 of this Canadian Grand Prix, where we have the slipstream of Lewis Hamilton down towards turn 1. He defends the inside line, but now we're going to go on the inside into turn 1, and we get the lead back on Lewis Hamilton into turn 1. taking P1 back, and Lewis Hamilton is now back down to P2. Is now moving on to the straight now on lap 3, where Lewis Hamilton is all over the back of us, down towards the final chicane. Lewis Hamilton is now pulling out to the outside of us, down towards the final chicane. Here we go, we're side by side, down towards the final chicane, we're touching wheels. Now we're going up the inside, here we go, we're side by side, and we've touched there, and Lewis Hamilton has spun off, so is Mark Webber, and we hit the wall as well. But Lewis Hamilton has gone. What has happened to Lewis Hamilton? This is horrible. Lewis Hamilton has completely just rammed us into the wall, and we have hit our rear tyre on the wall. Let's just check the slow motion. We went to slow motion, and Lewis Hamilton has clipped our side pod, and he just hit us into the wall and spun himself out of the race, and he's backwards in the final chicane. Dramatic stuff here in Canada. Sergio Perez now side by side with Sebastian Vettel, now coming down towards turn 1, lap 4 of this thrilling race so far. Sergio Perez has moved up to second place. It's actually crazy stuff now, because Sergio Perez has moved up to second. Now Sergio Perez is now coming on the outside of us, down towards the final chicane. Here he comes now on the outside now, as we have the inside line, and Sergio Perez is just trying to fight for this lead in a McLaren, which is interesting. And now, as we look down the order, Lewis Hamilton has retired from the Canadian Grand Prix. This is dramatic stuff. Lewis Hamilton, the championship leader, is out of the Canadian Grand Prix. That will wipe out his championship lead for sure if Fernando Alonso finishes well. As now Sergio Perez is coming back at us down towards turn 8, I believe. As Sergio Perez is coming on the outside, but we have the inside. And now we go around the outside there. But Mark Webber will now get through, and Sergio Perez and Mark Webber are side by side down towards the hairpin. This is thrilling stuff, and we're not even halfway in. Lap 5 of 18 here in Canada. This is thrilling stuff. Look at this. As you can see behind me, Sergio Perez and Mark Webber are side by side. As now lap 6 now. Moving on to lap 6, and Sergio Perez is now coming on the inside of us there, and we've damaged a bit of his front wing there, and Sergio Perez has lost 2 positions. Now Mark Webber is now over the back of us down towards the hairpin. Kimi Raikkonen has moved up to 3rd. As now this is brilliant stuff. I'm losing my voice. Oh my god. Mark Webber and Kimi Raikkonen. Now Mark Webber is coming on the inside of us with brilliant straight line speed down the straight. Mark Webber is now side by side with us. I didn't realise we were touching him there when we looked behind, but now we're just going on to Mark Webber now, coming around the outside of him. But Kimi Raikkonen goes into the pits, and everyone's in the pits. All the AI are in the pits at the moment, so that means that we're just free in the lead for 1 lap. Lap 7 now. We start lap 7, and because nothing happened on lap 7 apart from Esteban Gutierrez being in 2nd and Daniel Ricciardo being in 3rd. We go into the pits for our first and only pit stop in this Grand Prix on lap 7 of 18. Here we go into our pit lane. Can we get out ahead of the pack that was led by Webber and Sergio Perez? I believe Sebastian Vettel. Yes, it is Sebastian Vettel who's moved up to 3rd. Can we get out ahead of Sebastian Vettel to move in front of this thrilling battle for 2nd place? Yes, just about. Yes, we have moved up ahead of Sebastian Vettel. This is more dramatic action now. Lap 8 now. We moved up ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who's now side by side with us down towards the straight. And now coming into this chicane here. Round the outside goes Vettel. But here he comes now, and he's just backed off the move again, Sebastian Vettel. But he's now still side by side with us, down towards the hairpin. And this is brilliant stuff now. This is just absolutely thrilling race here in Canada. As now he's got the inside line to the hairpin. But now Kimi Raikkonen, look at him. He's looking up the inside there, but he just backed off the move completely. Now Sebastian Vettel will now have a look at us down towards the straight now. On the inside goes Sebastian Vettel. But look at the slipstream that Kimi Raikkonen has. A double slipstream on both of us. That'll make it 3 abreast almost. But they've both backed off, and we keep 2nd place. This is brilliant stuff here in Canada. Lap 8 of 18 here in Canada. Let's check the replay. And it was 3 abreast until both Vettel and Raikkonen just backed out of the move there. As we are 3 seconds purple now on lap 9. Now we're halfway through the race. Now Raikkonen is on the outside of us. How much overtaking can you get in this race? There's 21 cars. Oh, yeah, I know. Lewis Hamilton. Now Kimi Raikkonen goes round the outside. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. What a move by Kimi Raikkonen. Esteban Gutierrez is in 4th. What a crazy race this is. But Sebastian Vettel sped past Esteban Gutierrez and Sauber. But now going down the inside of Raikkonen into the hairpin. But Raikkonen has cut back across us as he got back past us, and we go wide into the hairpin there. As now we're moving on to standard mix because the engineer told us to. Now, getting on Kimi Raikkonen with DRS and Kurz down the straight. Here we go. Now coming into the final chicane, what can Kimi Raikkonen do? Now coming into the final chicane, just clipping both apexes, cutting that last one a bit though. And then DRS now, pulling out the inside on Kimi Raikkonen. Now we're side by side, down towards turn 1. Now moving on to lap 10. Can we get Kimi Raikkonen? No, he's holding it around the outside. Now, we can now try to go around the outside now, but he has the inside line. And Kimi Raikkonen has got back past us. He's held it somehow. Sebastian Vettel is now looking up the inside of us into the chicane. And wow, what great action in this Canadian Grand Prix. It's been a thrilling race so far. Look at the traction we got now on Kimi Raikkonen. Now we're moving on to the outside. This is similar to Hamilton Alonso, as now we go on the outside of Kimi Raikkonen to take back P2. And we touched wheels with him a bit there. What a move by me. And what a race this is. I'm actually losing my voice. As now lap 13 of this race, and Kimi Raikkonen speeds past us. Wow. He does speed past us now. Into turn 8 there. Sebastian Vettel is now over the back of us again. And it's a Lotus 1-2 at the moment here in Canada. Romain Grosjean led. He took the lead from the pit stops. Well, he took the lead, I mean, like... Yeah, now looking up the inside of Raikkonen into the hairpin. Can we get the move done on him? Here we go. We've got the inside, but can Raikkonen get us back? Yes, he can. Raikkonen can get us back there, using Kurz now to defend. And now can we get Kimi Raikkonen into the final chicane? Sebastian Vettel's looking up the inside of us. But we're just going to back off the move. We're getting closer to Raikkonen, down towards the final chicane. We're going to look up the inside, into the final chicane. We're just touching, and we do touch Kimi Raikkonen. And we move back up into P2. Now there's 20 cars in the race. Who else is out of this Canadian Grand Prix? And we're... too much action for you to bear here in this Canadian Grand Prix. And we just touched Kimi Raikkonen's front right, and he's also his rear right as well, as Sebastian Vettel is trying to get us there. And I think Romain Grosjean has got out ahead of us in the pit lane. So can Romain Grosjean win his first race in this crew mode? Romain Grosjean has got out ahead of the whole battle for second place, and that could be very, very, very good for Romain Grosjean. Could this be his first win of the career mode? There's now lap 16 of this thrilling Grand Prix, and 3 laps to go now. Now moving on to the penultimate lap of the Canadian Grand Prix. Now we set the fastest lap of the race, 1:16.3. Now we're chasing down Romain Grosjean for the penultimate lap. On the penultimate lap, we set a 1:16.3, and we're going to standard mix. We're chasing down Romain Grosjean. Can this just be like Jenson Button and Sebastian Vettel in 2011? Where we get him on the last lap, but I don't think we're close enough at the moment. Now moving on to the final corner of the final lap, and we didn't catch Romain Grosjean because we ran out of fuel. As Romain Grosjean wins this Canadian Grand Prix, we take our second podium of this career mode with second place, which was exactly our target. That's where the team expected us to finish, lol. What a race that was. Oh my god. That's totally the best race of the season. Much better than Spain, which was the original best race of the season before this. Romain Grosjean wins the Canadian Grand Prix for me. Then it's Kimi Raikkonen in third. Then it's Esteban Gutierrez. What a day for Sauber and for Lotus. Lotus 1 and 3 and Sauber 4 and 5. Gutierrez finishes 4th ahead of Hulkenberg. Then it's Sebastian Vettel in 6th. Felipe Massa finishes in 7th. Valtteri Bottas is in 8th. Sergio Perez is 9th. Mark Webber is 10th. Jean-Luc Vergne is 11th. Daniel Ricciardo is 12th. Then it's Rosberg in 13th, then Button, then De Resta, then Bianchi, then Van der Gaard, then Pick, then Maldonado, then Chilton, then Alonso and Hamilton are the 2 DNFs. They are the 2 leaders of the championship, so they have both not scored points. So that means that Lewis Hamilton will stay in the lead because Alonso is out. If Alonso finished in the points, then probably Alonso would have taken the lead of the championship. I believe that Lewis Hamilton has still in the lead. Yes, he is, but not by much, only by 8 points. Lewis Hamilton still leading this championship by 8 points from Fernando Alonso. Then it's Vettel in third, 31 points behind, so he's actually a bit far behind. Nico Rosberg is in 4th, Mark Webber is in 5th, Romain Grosjean 6th. I'm in 7th, so I moved up to 7th in the Drivers' Championship. I'm 3 points behind Romain Grosjean. Then it's Raikkonen, then Massa, then Perez, Button, Hulkenberg, Gutierrez, Bottas, Di Resta, Maldonado, Verne, Ricciardo, Bianchi, Pick, Van der Garde, and Chilton, finishing in last place in the drivers right now. On the constructors, the Mercedes leads by 21 points from Ferrari, there's Red Bull, then Lotus, then McLaren, then Force India, then Sauber, then Williams, then Toro Rosso, then Marussia, and then Caterham, finishing, and then they are in last place, of course, in the Constructors' Championship. And look at me celebrating on the podium, as you can see, there is 2 Lotus drivers there on the podium. Romain Grosjean celebrating his win, just there, and Kimi Raikkonen finishing 3rd, so it's a great day for Lotus. And also for Sauber, who finished 4th and 5th. And I'm congratulating Romain Grosjean. And Romain Grosjean should congratulate me, because I am in the Force India, and I finished in 2nd. So hopefully you enjoyed this absolutely thrilling Canadian Grand Prix. It's been the best race so far. And hopefully you enjoyed it. See you guys on my next video, which will probably be, I don't know, some time trials, I guess. But Britain is the next career race, which will also probably be a good race. And hopefully you enjoyed this thrilling Canadian Grand Prix. See you guys on my next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.